Here we go. And I think what am I? I think we're live, Drip. Hi, welcome.
Hi, hey.
Hi, hey.
Hey.
Hey, hi.
Haven't seen you in a while. How are you?
It's been a while, dude. It's 2024 now. And by the way, if you're expecting a podcast episode about Switch 2 rumors and stuff like that, a little bit down the road, a couple of minutes from now, we'll be getting to it. We just started our live stream, obviously, so if you're watching the recording, thank you. You can check out the full video version of this or audio version of this tomorrow. But for now, this is the live stream. And yeah, we just started doing our live stream for the first time 2024. Drip,
welcome to 2024, Geeb.
You and I have been dead for the past.
How does it feel to be in the future?
It feels wonderful, exactly the same, a little bit more sniffly because I'm still sick.
Here.
You're still getting over you're sick, so that's a thing. I also forgot.
I've had several sicks.
Several sicks. You did have.
I've had several sicks.
You
Yeah.
did. I'm finally my first time testing negative for the illness that shall not be named.
I think you can say it
Christmas.
now. I think it's fine to say it. I think it's
Is
okay.
it? I think it's funny just to say it like that. I'm just gonna keep saying.
Okay,
it
I mean
like
it's
that.
whatever you want to do. It's fine. But yeah, I think you can say it. I think there was like a thing for a while when it was happening that you shouldn't because something would pick it up and not push your videos. But I guess it's fine now. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Ooh, I just touched my eye in the wrong way.
We could say it once and then our stream get completely shut down. Who knows?
Who knows? Anyway, we're finally back, Drip. We're finally back. We're doing our show. Sorry if we sound a little bit sniffly, mainly me. Drip probably sounds pretty good to your ears, but
I'm getting better. Yeah, I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to sound. I can feel it up here still. But I'm kind of fighting against it when I'm speaking to try to not let it go, up there. But
Caesar, what's good, man? Tara,
yo,
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone.
I got a chunk of blood. Hold on.
Please hold. Geeb, what'd you do on New Year's? Did you do anything?
Did I do anything? We had. Well, no, we actually didn't have plans. No, the answer is no. We stayed home because we were sick. Still. Although at that point, Abby was negative for COVID. I was still. Mine's been hanging around for a few days longer, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I had the kids, and my middle child woke up New Year's Eve, and I was fine at this point. I was, over the other one, fine. Starting to get a little bit of a sore throat, but it was like, it's whatever. I can,
right.
I could manage. But she woke up puking, and they usually all three of them go to my mom's house because my mom likes to have them, and they do like this little like New Year's thing there. It's like something they've done for years and years and years, and usually we go out to eat before that. But she was in bed all day. She's like, I don't want to go. I'm like, it's all good, man. You and me will stay here. So her and I sat on the couch, watched the ball drop, played some Fortnite, got some dubs. No big deal.
Very good.
Good time.
Dude,
she only threw up like 2 more times, so that's good.
So
and the next day I woke up and I was like, okay, here I am now. Cool. Time for me to get all that.
Yep.
So I could tell that night it was coming.
Yeah. We, Mrs. Geeb and I have been playing mostly Steam Deck for the past few days. / my PC because Mrs. Geeb is super into Hogwarts Legacy. She's so far in the game now. She's probably played 55 hours of the game since Christmas break.
Is it awesome?
It's very good.
I still haven't played it.
It's very good. I'm having a ton of fun. It is a crime that game wasn't nominated for anything.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Because it's such a good
stupid
game. It's such a good game. It deserved to be up there for lots of awards. But anyway, she's having a ton of fun with it. I have played about less than 10 hours or so. Still fun. I'm not like mainly because like I can't play much because she's playing it all the time. We only got the one Steam copy.
It happens.
But I've been having a lot of fun with the emulation of the Steam Deck, playing around with that. I have.
Oh yeah, whatever. I don't want to talk to you about that.
I just recently, yesterday, beats Twilight Princess.
Yeah, whatever.
Finally did it. Dude, it was good. The ending was great.
I know, right? I told you it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Did you love it?
Oh, I love.
Did you love it?
Of course I did. It was fantastic.
Yeah, really good, right?
Yeah, it was great.
Like, man,
the game
so good.
The game is still not even close to Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, but the story and the ending
amazing.
Is the best
Very
one.
good.
It's the best one.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's not even a competition. I mean, it's not close. It's the best story.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. It's very, very good.
Gameplay,
Skyward Sword story's good. It's very good.
Yeah, it's good.
I think Skyward Sword story is just a little bit more. It's just a little bit more. I don't know how to explain it, but that's awesome.
How to put it either. Yeah.
Sweatshirt
Matt Moran
get mailed out tomorrow. There you go. I was about to talk about that. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we got some merch. We got some Drip and Geeb hats.
That's right. We
got some sweatshirts and hang on.
What? Whoa.
T-shirts.
There it is. There it is.
We got it all. Now, right now, this is the only version of this. We're gonna have other versions. There's gonna be the original version with the blue. There's gonna be other stuff. These are just the first ones, but these may end up being this color. May end up being a limited edition thing. We may just have this just for the beginning, and they might go away.
I think you just decided, and I agree with you, that this is limited edition. And
never mind. This is limited edition stuff. The stuff with just the gray is limited edition. Once we start getting the other stuff ready to go, these are going away. If you want to check them out, you can go to dripandgeeb.shop. I will put a link for you right now in the chat.
They're up for pre-order right now. Oh, actually, pre-order is not pre-order anymore. I think they're actually order now.
No, they're going out.
Moran is shipping out. I know my sister already received hers. I know my
I tried to do it. It didn't work.
It didn't work. It doesn't matter, Drip, because the link's in the description right now. You can go check it out there.
Oh, wonderful.
dripandgeeb.shop. You can go right there, find it out. Also, we're giving away a t-shirt tonight. Drip probably forgot. I didn't forget. We're doing it. We've already given out a hat. Joe won his hat. We're giving out a t-shirt too. That's what we're doing.
God, I'm gonna owe Moran for all this shit. Damn.
Well, we're not taking much profit from this, if anything. But no, it's all good. We're giving it tonight. So if you're in the chat, you're in the drawing. We're gonna have a random selection tonight. Probably like a whole eeny, meeny, miny, mo with my eyes closed situation. Somebody's gonna win tonight. But stay in the chat. If you're in the chat, you'll win tonight. So
cool.
Little exclusive merch win tonight. This whole gray border design, it's going away. Won't be back. It'll be gone.
It won't be back.
Limited edition, folks.
Glad I got one though.
Yeah, me too.
Looks great. Looks great.
Twilight Princess better than Breath of the Wild. Disagree. Story, yes, but as far as the game, no, the game's better. Breath of the Wild's better game. And I was gonna mention this too, Drip. I have restarted Breath of the Wild on the Steam Deck.
Oh wow. How do you like that?
It's running at it's anywhere between 35 and 60 frames per second. It's varying heavily, but in the shrines are 60 FPS, and for the most part it runs like 45 frames per second out in the overworld. It looks and plays really good on the Steam Deck. And
I'm sure.
I
got your shirt. Nice.
Hey, congratulations. Hi, thank you for supporting us. Hey, like the stream, by everybody. Forgot to mention that. Do that, please. Like this stream, get it posted out there. We haven't done a live stream in a while, so analytically we're going to be struggling here at the beginning of the year, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yes, leave a like, please. It's only one like. Get on that.
Tara got Steam Deck. Hell yeah, Tara. Hogwarts runs great on the Steam Deck if you can get a copy for Steam. Runs great. It's got to tinker with the settings.
I'm pretty sure she already played it.
I know she's been playing. Yeah, I know she either beat it or played it, but I know, it's the kind of game where you can probably keep playing, you don't got to stop after it's over.
Does it do cross progression?
Well, that I don't. Platforms? That I don't know. That's why I said she has.
That's why it's like, God, man, if it's like The Witcher 3 does that across everything now, which I think is amazing. Games like that should always do that. Cross progression is just. It's amazing.
If someone has that game on 2 platforms and plays it, if you can tell us.
Each house has a different storyline too.
Oh, I didn't know that. So Mrs. Geeb and I are different houses. So I wonder if if I keep playing it more, is my story going to be different than her story?
Yes. So I guess you could play it several times and not have the same thing.
Tara, cool. Is the main story different too? Like the main, because I don't really know much about her plot line, but if she is Hufflepuff and I am the Ravenclaw. So are we gonna have 2 different experiences with story? Because she keeps telling me how good the story is, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's so good, it's so good." And I'm like, I don't know, I gotta play more. But I wonder if she can tell me what it is now, because if it's different. Excuse me. By the way, guys, go subscribe if you like table tennis. Go subscribe to Mega Table Tennis.
Oh, Mega sent me that video today that you edited.
Yeah. You like it?
It's very good. I got told him. It's a very good Uncle Geeb production right there.
Thank you.
Very good.
The scoreboard was...
The scoring was great.
The scoring
looked great. I want to tell you that.
Half the work. My first experience doing a scoreboard like that.
It looked fantastic. I knew what was going on the whole time because of the amazing scoreboard.
It does make a difference when you can follow with the players, with the score and everything. Yeah. It makes a huge difference. You can actually enjoy it.
I would have not known what was going on in the video if it wasn't for that.
If you've ever enjoyed a game of ping pong, aka table tennis, go ahead and watch that video. It's good. It's fun. It was good fun. That Mega did. I'm not gonna spoil how it played out. But Mega was a very good table tennis player. He is a very good tennis player, and his buddy,
Ari, what's up, man?
Playing very good too. All right, what's up?
Last of Us is heartbreaking. Yeah, that's that. Once I finally finish the main story of Spider-Man, I'm hopping into The Last of Us to actually play it all the way through. Listen, I gotta say, I've been using my PlayStation Portal at this point more than I use my actual PlayStation.
Handheld is the future, man.
Oh my god, listen.
And hybridness especially is the future.
And there's only a few times where it's just like, it's getting pixely and it's not looking good. It happens every once in a while, but literally you can restart the thing and it's fine. It just resets itself and it's good. I have been upstairs, I've played Fortnite with the kids the whole time they were here for this past week. Mm-hmm. I think I used my PlayStation once, and it was because they went to bed and I was downstairs playing with Hero, not with them. I mean, I love it. I love that thing, dude. I have only been playing my Switch right now to test all these fat Joy-Cons I have, shameless plug. Be a nice fat Joy-Con video coming out on the channel tomorrow, and then probably another one next week, and another one after that. I have lots of fat Joy-Cons here.
Shameless plug. Thank you for the sponsor of today's episode recording, which we'll get to during the episode. But Nexigo, you guys make sick products, yo. We like them. My Nexigo has not left my Switch since the day that it came.
I've had mine on there, except for testing these new Joy-Cons. Yeah, I like it. It's not. I just like how wide it is. It's perfect. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just got that extra on the back. It's not huge.
This is not commercial Geeb talking. This is personal Geeb talking.
I do like it. I do like it a lot.
Thing. I think if you have $65 burning a hole in your pocket and you like the idea of bringing a dock with you in your grip, this is a no-brainer purchase. Honest to God, guys. I has not left my Switch. The sticks are awesome. Hall effect. Yeah, well, this is not an ad. This is me gushing over it.
They push back the restock.
Yeah, for the PlayStation Portal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Caesar,
listen, it's awesome. I love the Portal. I absolutely love it. Again, I've been playing that that's it. That's all I've been playing.
Caesar asked a question that I don't understand. I'd like him to clarify. What's Cry Utilities? I don't know what Cry Utility is for the Steam Deck. I have not downloaded that, but I might want to.
That sounds like sounds like some deep shit I don't know anything about.
Dude, if you have a Steam Deck and you're not into tinkering, don't have a Steam Deck. Because the way you're gonna get the most out of your Steam Deck that I've learned is tinkering. Yeah. You have to play a game like Hogwarts, for example. When I booted it up, the first real game I played on it, for AAA title.
Yeah.
Out of the box, so to speak, settings straight out of the gate is crap. It's garbage. You have to tinker with at least the in-game settings. Yeah, to play with all and once I got it right, dude, it looks great. It runs a solid 30. Sometimes I get 40, 45, and it looks great with the FSR2 upscaling. It looks great. But you have to tinker. And the Steam Deck itself has settings where you can tinker to get extra battery life out of it. Because you can lower the screen refresh rate so it saves battery there. Because
when I was playing Red Dead 2 on there, I looked up videos on the best settings. Because I was getting some some serious frame drops. I'm like, dude, this sucks. Like, what is going on here? But then
it's not a console.
You can go find the setting. Yeah, you can go find the settings and stuff that are good. Like I said, I think I was playing it mostly around 40 frames per second, but it looked incredible. It looked so good.
Makes me respect the Switch so much more because, dude, like I said, I was playing Breath of the Wild on the Steam Deck. For the most part, it should really be locked at 40 FPS on there because it does go over 45, but it also dips down. Like when you get to Kakariko, that's where I've gotten the Kakariko right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when I get to the Kokiri Forest or whatever the fuck it's called.
Out there in the woods, man.
It's gonna probably run.
It's a mess out there.
It's probably gonna run 30 frames per second on Steam Deck, maybe 35, if that. But like the Switch is locked at 30 for the most part. Obviously, it dips a little bit in those parts, but. That's the thing. Like you don't got to worry about tinkering on a console like that. A Switch, they figured it out already for you, so you don't need to fuck with it. The Steam Deck is like you have to do everything yourself, and you can get some good results out of it if you do. But man, it's a hassle. I gotta tell you that. But I do like tinkering, so it's not a big deal for me. Hari, so on my emulator on the Steam Deck, you can actually click and drag save files from the ROM into your game, so you can just start wherever you want. So I started it at the castle at the end, and I just beat it that way. But don't get me wrong, I will go back. Now that I have that ability, all the pressure's off. So I could just go click and drag an earlier file to where I'm not at the castle, but maybe I'm like 4 dungeons away. So I could do like the final 4 dungeons of the game and beat it that way. So I got to the point where we saw Ganon with the Sword of Seven Sages cut the guy's head off. That's where I got on the Wii U. Which is about
that's right after
halfway.
That's right after the Arbiter's Grounds.
Yeah, that's about halfway through the game, so I can just pick up from there. And if I get
you're a little over half. I think you're about a little over halfway. I think.
I can tell exactly. I'm as far as the game's ROM files, I'm at like 55, and the end of the game is like 90. So that's
a little over halfway.
Little over halfway.
But that like from that point on, you've missed a lot of little story beats that you definitely need to go back and get.
Yes, I missed some story stuff, and I will go get them.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
But I technically beat the game. Please, guys, leave a like on the stream. We got 6 of you in here hanging out. Sometimes there was 9 or 10, and we have 2 likes. We can do better. Can we get to 5 likes tonight before we record this episode in like 2 minutes? Maybe.
Yeah, we can.
If everybody likes right now, we can. Lenny.
Come on, Lenny.
So, it's Cryo Utilities. It helps improve performance and manage storage. I will download that, Caesar. Message me on Discord in like the Drip and Geeb or the Drip Discord. And
that's interesting. Yeah, that stuff's way above my head. That's why I was like, we're gonna talk about that cartridge thing. That is just stuff I
yeah. I have I also want to download for the Steam Deck. There's like a screen filter plugin you can download, so like you can make the colors more vivid and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, man.
Download that too.
The screen looks pretty good on that thing, though, right? I mean, it's not an OLED, but it looks all right.
I gotta be honest with you. That's my least favorite part about the product. I don't like the screen.
Really?
Nah, it's not good. I think I prefer the Switch's original screen is a better screen than the Steam Deck screen.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing that the Portal has. That's like the screen on that thing is ridiculous. It looks so good.
Yeah. Thank you, Caesar.
Caesar, I'm gonna get that controller out to you soon too. We're done with the holidays. It's coming now.
Okay, guys, we're gonna get it rolling here. Drip, we're gonna.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get it going. What you?
Beer of the week, check. Sponsor thingy, check.
I don't have mine with me, but you can show yours.
You got the little video thing too, though, right?
I have the video, yes. Is that working? Let me double check that right now. Is it this one? Is it that one? No, it's not that one. That's our after show. There it is. Nexigo.
God, I have so many pairs of fat Joy-Cons here. It's crazy.
All right, Drip.
Listen, the new generation of fat Joy-Cons, man. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, they look great.
There's some good stuff out there, man.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm editing.
Excited about these videos these next couple weeks.
Yeah, season 4. It's season 4, guys. First episode of season 4.
Hype.
Hell yeah. Drip, fade the music out. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's season 4. You're all here for this moment. We thank you for that. Jerk. Hold on, I messed up. Here we go. Let's do it. This podcast was brought to you by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. This is the Drip G podcast where we talk about Nintendo stuff. Drip, man, how you doing? What's up, man?
Great. Wow, we're shortening the intro a lot.
Oh, we are.
Holy crap.
My first attempt at shortening the intro. Season 4.
That was very short. I feel like we could probably give it a little more information, but hey, man,
no more.
That was jarring. Whew.
Want me to try again?
No, it's fine.
Season 4 is here, everybody. Play happy sounds, Drip. Play happy sounds. Season 4 is here. We made it to our 4th season. This is the 4th year, believe it or not. Or no, 3rd year. How does math work? I don't know. We started this podcast in 2021. It is currently January 4th, 2024. Our new logo as well to celebrate season 4. I have it up there for this inaugural episode.
Oh, would you look at that?
But yeah, guys, thank you for joining us. This is a Nintendo related podcast. We're going to talk about mostly Steam Deck tonight. JK, I'm just kidding. That was in the pre-show if you watched that on the live stream. But as far as this episode, we're talking about the Switch 2. There's already stuff to talk about in January of 2024.
Of course there is.
And it's rumors, of course. So if you don't like that, sorry. But we have some other stuff as well. There's a real product out for the Switch right now. It's a cartridge that you can pop in that has Brahms on it. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts.
Totally not legal and not approved by Drip G Podcast.
Yeah,
but
I have so many questions to ask about this thing. I don't get it. I can't wait to talk about it.
We're going to talk about that as well. And we're also going to be talking about what's to come in 2024. I almost said season 4. Like it's the year of 2024 is all about us, the Drip G Podcast, the season 4, 2024. No, what's to come for Nintendo in 2024? So that's going to be interesting conversations as well. But Drip, the first night of shortening the intro, how'd I do?
Yeah. I don't know. We can work on it. It's fine. I see what you're doing. We should have a talk about that. The problem is. I wanted to feel that I'm going to explain myself because it was short for a reason. I wanted to feel more like me, introducing a conversation rather than introducing a show. Okay. Yeah, I got you. And we'll work on it. But the reason that we haven't worked on it is because you and I were sick, very sick.
Yeah.
Basically, I was sick the last episode. I wasn't even here for that.
That's right.
I got better and then got sick again, New Year's.
Yep.
Which I seem to be over most of that now. The rest of it's just kind of sitting up in here.
Yeah.
Just in the, it's getting better. You just got COVID. Like I got COVID.
I got COVID. My first time getting COVID in my life, and especially obviously after it started happening in 2020. Managed to avoid it the whole time, but finally got it.
That's crazy that it took you this long. That's nuts.
And I had COVID for the last episode. I had COVID. I was positive from like the 22nd or 21st. I had COVID for like 2+ weeks, but I didn't feel any symptoms until the Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day, I was a mess. It was like the worst Christmas ever. I had the flu. Basically had the flu.
That was me 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Whenever I got COVID, it was on Christmas.
Yeah. And then I'm happy to say today I took my last test because it was negative finally. So
good.
I'm finally negative of COVID. As you can probably hear my voice and my sniffles every now and again. I'm still feeling it. So Drip is also still feeling it as well. But we're trying to push through for you guys.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
And we'll be fine. We will be perfectly fine.
We'll be fine.
You know what else?
Yeah, had a good Christmas. Had a good New Year's.
Yeah, happy New Year. Good. Yeah, happy New Year to you, Drip, and to everybody out there listening and watching. Let's get to the stuff. The tea, Drip. The tea is upon us. It's chamomile. Love chamomile. It's great tea. But also the Switch. I almost said Switch 2 cartridge. It's not Switch 2 cartridge. This is a. Okay, let me just rewind, go back in time here. I think this is about 2 weeks ago. Is when I
need you to explain this all to me.
So about 2 weeks ago, I'm watching YouTube as I do, Nintendo YouTube, and I see this device that people are showcasing. Well, it's a video of someone in particular, who knows who it is, showcasing this device. This person had it in their hands, and basically they pop in a cartridge, look like a relatively normal cartridge. They pop it in their non-modded, completely normal Nintendo Switch, and Mario Kart starts up. They open the game, they play it for a second, They close the game, they pop it out, and then pop it back in. You know, the Switch can click in the cartridges very easily.
Yeah.
The same cartridge, takes it out, puts it back in. Now it's Crash Racing. Opens it up, plays Crash Racing, closes it, repeats the process, and like 14 more games or whatever. You know, every time you pop it out and pop back in, a new game pops up in your Switch. And
okay, so that's how it works.
All
okay,
those,
that was one of my questions you've already answered. So.
Yes, and as soon as you pop it in, pop it out, add all those games to your Switch menu, you just keep it in. You just keep it in there as is. You don't have to keep popping in and popping out. Those games, as they load onto the Switch, they all get recognized as the same game. So you don't got to. There's no other cartridges.
Oh, so you can just go back to the little icon. You don't have to.
That's right.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say.
Every time
if you have like 10 games on there. And you keep popping it in and popping it out, and you miss the game. Then you gotta go back around and like
every time that you
take forever.
You basically it's a one. As far as I can understand, watching it online, and everything, and learning how it works, very basically that I know. Once you add it to your Switch home screen like that, it's there. It works just like a regular cartridge. It's as if there was 10 games on one cartridge. You just have to add them, right? It's gonna keep adding them the one time, and after you do that,
so how much space does the thing have?
That I don't know. I'm sure it'll depend. And I'm sure there's only one product that I know of right now, and I'm sure there'll be more in the future. If you're listening to this in the future, I'm sure there's multiple products like this. This is just the first that we know of, and I'm sure it's as many as an SD card can hold, dude. I'm sure you can put a 1 terabyte SD card in there, and suddenly you can.
Wait, time out. Okay, you put an SD card in this thing.
No. What I'm saying is, my guess is. If this product doesn't utilize it like this, there will be one in the future. Like, let's just say 5 years from now, there's going to be
in the chat. It does use an SD card.
There's going to be a product like this, if it's not already existing. You can just put your own SD card in that's 1 terabyte, and now every Switch game you possibly can want is on this cartridge instead of on the SD card that you pop in your Switch.
I mean, that's awesome. I think it's cool, and whatever. Like, it's not something I'm going to do. I'm not gonna do that. I buy game. I don't want to.
You think it's cool?
Whatever. I think it's cool. I don't. Listen. Here's the thing. Yeah, it's cool. It's nothing for 2 reasons. I'm not gonna do it. One, because I don't really want a cartridge. I want them all digital. I don't want to have to do anything with it. I just want my games digital. I don't mind paying for my games and giving Nintendo my money. They make good stuff. I'm okay with giving them my money for their good games. The second reason is. There's no way in hell I will ever be able to figure out how to get the ROMs onto that thing and get them to play correctly on my Switch. Let's be real.
Not on your own, at least.
No, not on my own. No, there's no way. There's no way. I know Moran said he's gonna try to buy. He said he's buying one. He's like, as long as it's not $200 or like crazy to get.
We'll get to how much it costs. We're not gonna show any links or anything like that. I don't support this whatsoever. This nefarious activity. Here's the thing, Drip. I think this product can be cool if it's I had words but I lost them. If it can expand your storage, okay? If it's a cartridge that you pop in your Switch and adds SD cards expansion, that's cool. That's cool. So you can, in theory, then have a terabyte in your Switch natively, and then add this cartridge, and now there's another terabyte. Right? That would be cool. This product is not that. This product is a device that has an SD card on it that you put your own ROMs on. And if you're not familiar with what ROMs are basically the coded game as a file on a computer or something that you can click and drag and play games that way. Here's the thing. With the Switch is not a retro console. The Switch is the current Nintendo console. This is... I'm speaking from morally here. Morally, this product is not cool with me. Like this is.
I mean, I don't know.
Because we're talking about Nintendo Switch ROMs, not games, not our downloaded games that we've already purchased on the eShop. This is like, if you want to steal games, here's a really easy way to do it, and you don't even have to hack your Switch. You just need this cartridge that you paid $65 for, which is the price that's going for right now.
It's only $65.
It's $65, and I don't know if you support. You may need to supply your own SD card. I don't know, but even if you do, that's still a really good price for basically forging all your games. This is stealing, and I'm not.
Well,
a supporter of stealing.
Technically, it's not stealing. What you do with it is up to you. These people aren't stealing anything. They are. I mean, that's like saying the people who sell guns are robbing a bank.
Does Nintendo have a patent on the cartridge design?
That I do not know. Okay, that's where I want to go with this. That's my question about all of this.
That's where it would be.
How is Nintendo not already all over this?
I have no idea. My guess is they will be. This product's only a pre-order. My guess.
Okay,
is
but I did see.
may never see the light
I
of
think
day.
it's on their website. They say that like Nintendo can't do anything about this. Like they're not going to be able to do anything about this. I don't see how that's true.
They're going to try. Nintendo's going to try if they haven't already started.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I want to get to it in a minute here. I want to get to why I think this product is bad. But for now, we'll keep talking about this. Nintendo's going to go after this.
I mean, dude, they sent a guy to jail. They sent a guy to jail.
But he was like, I forget what he did, but he was literally stealing and reselling. I mean, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about what he did. It wasn't like a, Robin Hood situation. He was like just kind of taking what he wanted that didn't belong to him and repackaging it. And that's not legal. So that was kind of
okay. I guess
warranted.
It's Russian based. Lawless land over
there are
there.
No laws in Russia. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to get into the very nitty gritty of this product because we don't know much about it. Yeah.
Okay, but whatever the product is whatever it is. That I'm more interested in knowing what's Nintendo's play here. What are they going to do about this?
I don't know, but let me bring the conversation into what I want to talk about with this. Why this is bad. Even if you think that I'm no saint. I'm gonna buy this thing, put some ROMs on it because I'm no saint, and I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm a good guy, whatever. Here's the thing: even if that's true, right? Even if you're gonna be a good person about it and only use the ROMs that you own already, here's the thing:
I definitely wouldn't.
This product is bad for us because the Switch 2. If we want to have a cartridge slot in our Switch 2 where you can play our old games, you could pretty much kiss that thing goodbye. Nintendo will remove that cartridge slot faster than you can say, Mama Jama.
They will not.
Oh, yes, they will.
Not for that.
Yes, they
will.
No
way.
Yes,
it's
they
already
will.
in there. Trust me, I got all the rumors and leaks right here. Don't you worry, it's in there.
No,
the cartridge slot.
It's not too late to take that
for
thing
an extra $50.
They're going to take that cartridge slot right out if this product gets out there and is a success.
I don't think so.
Yes,
I highly doubt.
Yes,
that.
they will. Maybe unless it's too soon or too late, I should say.
Oh, it's way too late. Guaranteed.
It may not be though, Drip. It may not be. It may not. These things are not in boxes yet.
No, you're right. But my God, they've already done the designs. Like it's.
But they'll spend the money to remove the cartridge slot if it means that they're not going to lose billions of dollars of revenue of game sales. Because there's no need to buy games anymore for the Switch or the Switch 2 for that matter.
Okay, but
if you could just steal your games, put them on this cartridge that costs $60, and who you know what I mean?
Okay, but let's be realistic here about this. I see what you're saying. How many normal Switch players are actually gonna go do that? Like I'm the one who just said like there's no way I'd do it because I don't even know how to go about putting the ROMs on there correctly to make it work. Like, how many normal people who own a Switch do you think would actually be like, oh, I'll go do, like, not many. This is going to be a real super nerd thing to do.
Listen, if you know anything about computers, which you kind of don't. No offense.
Listen, PCs, no, dude. I am like a caveman when it comes to a PC. Macs?
Yeah.
Totally different story. I know everything about those. Not PCs.
It is easier than you think to do this. The only thing and I don't get ROMs because one, it's illegal, but I just take the ROMs from my friends, which is not illegal, technically. But I only play the game.
Yes, it is.
I only play the games that I own.
You are now. Hold on.
I play the games that I own.
Hold on. Stop. Did you seriously just say that? Let's go back.
If your friend steals an apple from the store,
he stole it and gave it to me, so I'm fine. I didn't do it. It's totally legal as long as I just take it from my friend. I'm still playing the illegal ROM. But I didn't download it.
I didn't. Well, I downloaded it, but from my friend who gave it to me.
From your friend. Oh my God.
Which you've also done as well.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's the same thing.
Okay, it is if you're taking games that you don't own. I own all these games. Some of these games I've owned 2 to 3 times. So
That's fair.
I've paid for them 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, I know. It's like my arcade machine back there. There's like 6,000 games on it. Obviously, I own all those.
Right.
Like actually here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, my massive physical collection that it's just off camera right around the corner
it's in your garage. I've been there. It's in your garage. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's huge. There's at least 6,000 games in there.
Look, we can all play the moral game of who's a better person than somebody else. But the fact of the matter is, even if you bought one of those $20 emulators from the freaking grocery store, if you know what I mean, like those things that next to the candy that have like 20 and
they
20
got the
in one.
kiosk at the mall.
Those are also, most of those things have at least one illegal game on them. Okay, so even if you think you've never done something like that, you may have gotten something like that for your nephew or niece or something.
Oh yeah, it's hard not to.
And that is all. Those are also
multiple games.
Yeah, and you think they're safe because they're at Walmart or they're on Amazon. And you think, oh, they must be safe. They're selling them. No, they're also illegal there too. We can all play the game of who's better than somebody else. But the fact of the matter is, I'm only playing the games that I own, and if I don't own it, I'm gonna buy it.
Well, here's a fun story.
Yeah.
If we're talking about morals and video games and things like this, I got a little side story on the same thing here. Hopefully our AI software cuts this out and makes it a short for us.
Maybe.
So, do you remember when I got that arcade machine? Were you around then, or did I have it before you started doing the Discord and stuff?
No. I was around when you were getting it. I was already part of the community.
So the company that makes that, I had a conversation with the guy who owns the company, and it's got the games on there, and it's like whatever. They kind of just say like this is this and whatever. So Disneyland in California, like the Disneyland, reached out to them to get a bunch of these because I guess they have these. They're like buses. They're basically party buses, okay? But they're arcade buses. And they drive around the property, but they have like a bar and you're drinking and you're playing video games. Now, Disneyland ordered a bunch of cabinets from them, these slim ones like I have. And the guy said, like, he's like, obviously, it's Disney World. Like, I'm going to say, like, hey, you guys don't want the games on there, right? And they were like, no, we want them. We definitely want them. So there's hundreds of these machines somewhere around Disneyland, riding around in buses with people getting drunk as hell on them, playing illegal ROMs, and they've paid to get on these buses.
Yeah.
Disneyland is doing that right now.
Yeah.
So, morals, hey,
yeah.
Disney, Mickey Mouse would be ashamed. Just saying.
There is cut and dry answers to what's legal, what's not legal. Those laws can sometimes change and adapt, and what is accepted is constantly changing. So it's not an easy conversation to have of like whether it's
gray area.
It's at this point, the way I think about it, it's personal. How do you feel? Do what you feel is right, and for me, what is right is to play the games that I own. And if I'm playing a ROM that I don't own, if it was given to me from a friend, I feel less bad about it because I didn't go out and seek out this ROM. It was literally just given to me, and I drive.
I love your reasoning.
To be clear, the only ROMs that I have installed, like literally, I'm not trying to be a saint. I mean, factually, what's installed on my computer right now is Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Breath of the Wild. I own all three of those games.
That's fair.
That's just also there's Barbie from the Wii U which I don't own.
Oh yeah.
And that was just literally a joke. Here,
I have that ROM downloaded here. I haven't got it to work anywhere successfully, but I
played it. I played it on the PC that night.
I've got like 5 other Barbie games on there though.
Yeah, I bet you do.
You jump over fences on a horse. I don't know why my kids love that.
Yeah.
You literally just press a button. I'm like, God, you guys.
I want to. Chess is in the chat. Chess for our guest from
Chess,
2023. What's up, dude? Thank you for tuning in, my friend. And I'll bring it back on screen again. You were talking, Drip. Chess says I want the MIG Switch to back up my whole complete Switch collection that I already own, which is a completely legitimate use for this product, which I totally support. It's just weird to me that you can do it now, where it's still the current Switch console. Like that's where I'm like, man, it's so weird that this is like a real thing you get right now.
Is that like a possibility though? Like you could use this thing to like back up your games and then just have one cartridge that's in there?
Yes. If it supports 2 terabytes, 4 terabyte SD card.
Okay, so now I'm actually kind of interested now. Actually, now that I think about it like that, because then I can go digital or physical.
Yeah, for like $300,
but still be all digital.
Yeah. If you get like, let's, in theory, a 2 to 4 terabyte SD card and throw it in that cartridge, the MIG cartridge, you can back up every single Nintendo Switch game on the freaking sun that's within reason that you own. You know, who's buying 10,000 games off the eShop, but you know all the ones that you own. Like beat 'em ups, for example, the guy who has the most eShop games I think I've ever seen, and physical cartridges, he's going to be able to put
largest Switch collection on the planet. I don't know if you knew that.
I saw that in his video. He said that, but like he'll be able to put all those games if he has a big enough SD card on that cartridge, which I think is awesome, and I think is really cool. Like 5 years from now, but to do it now is weird to me. There's no need to do it.
Your cartridges, think it's just in time.
Your cartridges are not
just
going
in time for the Switch too.
Your cartridges are not going to degrade in the next few weeks, months. Not even.
Yeah, but then you don't have to carry any with you.
That would be nice. But
because that's why I'm digital. Because I don't want to carry all the stuff.
I'm not going to do it now. Maybe next year after the Switch 2 is out, I might. I'm just afraid of what if it's not too early for Nintendo, if it's not too late, I should say, for Nintendo to cut the cartridge slot out altogether, because they're like, why bother if people are going to be able to get these, easily do this for cheap? Why would we put a cartridge slot in? Why would we do that to ourselves?
Well, Geeb, let's talk about that, and let's talk about the Switch 2 a little bit, because there's a bunch of rumors. A bunch. We're very early in the year. How many days are we into the year, Geeb? 4?
4, exactly.
Let me tell you something. I have more than 4 rumors right here. In fact, I have 6 of them. And we're going to go over all of them. We're going to talk about them. And I want your opinion on some of these. Some of these are things I think we already knew, but I don't think we've actually talked about a whole lot. I think we've touched on some of these things, but we haven't actually had a discussion about them. So we're going to do that. But I want to start out with a game. But before we do that, I think we need to do something else, which is our sponsor.
Oh, you're bringing the sponsor in this week. Is that what we're doing?
I've just tried to move into something and realized we had totally forgot the sponsor, so I moved back out.
No, you have not looked at our set list, sir, because our sponsor was up next. But that's totally fine, because I can talk to you, the great people, the listeners of our podcast, about our sponsor, which is Nexigo and their Hall Effect GripCon Joy-Cons. Wow, I messed this up, Drip. I've done it.
No, you're doing great. Keep going. I got it. I got it right here. I'm holding it up.
The Nexigo Hall Effect GripCon is a fantastic alternative to the traditional Joy-Cons that's compatible with the OLED and the OG Switch. It features Hall Effect sticks, gyro, rumble, reprogrammable buttons, 2 cartridge slots in the back, that's so you can store some extra cartridges. Unless you have the MLG Switch, you can just put that thing in. You don't need that. A kickstand, but also the killer feature of this thing is the built-in dock that is on the back of this thing. No need for travel docks anymore. No need to risk your, those weird third-party travel docks. You got your Nexigo dock built into your grip, as is Drip. I know you've been using it for a while here. Tell us your thoughts about it.
It's great, honestly. The way it feels is probably my favorite thing. The dock is very cool. I don't dock my Switch that much, but we did use it over the break. We hooked my Switch up in my kid's room, and the dock is not in there right now. We actually moved it to a different room, and I was like, oh, it actually doesn't matter. We can just plug my Switch directly in. All the cables were still there, so we just popped it right in. It works like a normal dock. That part's cool. I like the way it feels, honestly. I think it's a very comfortable grip. It's not too big, not too small. It's just right. It's not oversized. I mean, especially for having a dock on the back. It's a great size. That's probably my favorite part.
Awesome, guys. You can find the Nexigo GripCon over at their links down below. Make sure to check those out. Their website is nexigo.com. That is www.nexigo.com. Buy the GripCon, as well as all their other stuff they got on their website. Again, links down below. Thank you, Nexigo, for sponsoring today's episode. Drip.
Yeah, sponsor's done. So I do want to call you out, because I was told earlier that when you did the sponsor spot last week, we accidentally called them the wrong name.
I called them on the live stream. I called them Nixie.
Nixie, yeah. Which is, listen,
and I never caught it until
fair.
Afterwards. And John Ebo, okay? Johnny was like, oh yeah, I have the wizard. I'm like, No, different company.
That's
dude.
not even the same company.
Silly
man.
goose. Why would you think it's Nixie, dude? It's Nexio. No, because my dumbass said Nixie.
No, that's awesome. Absolutely hilarious. It's fine. It's fine. That's actually. I mean, it's probably help people go research it. Anyway, they're like, what? Nixie doesn't make that. This guy's out of his mind.
I fixed it for the audio episode and the video episode that went up on YouTube. I fixed it, so it said Nexigo. It was very,
nice.
It was very fluid. It sounded just like it should.
Very, very nice. Love it. Sorry, I had to call you out on a little bit. But
did, yeah.
Geeb,
Yes, sir.
Switch 2 rumors. There's a bunch. I want to start with one about a game because this is kind of interesting, kind of some leaky stuff. But let's be honest here. There is nothing to back a lot of this up. This is just rumors.
Yep.
It's the time of year for this stuff. It's going to start happening. I mean, wait till we get to March, dude.
Might I add, though, this is not, 2022. It is already 2024. We're entering year 7.
We're here.
If you didn't think it was fair last year, it is totally fair to start bringing up Switch 2 rumors right now.
Oh, yeah.
So if you were mad at us last year, you can't be mad this year. It's happening this year. It is happening. This is the year. We've said that before, but listen, if it's not this year, dude, I'm gonna be a Steam Deck player exclusively. Like I swear to God. Like
it's gotta be.
I'm done with the Switch. And if there's no Switch 2 by 2025 in my hand, I'm done with Nintendo. Just like that. Steam Deck. I'm gonna be a Steam Deck boy. The Dripper Jeep Steam Deck podcast is what we're gonna call it. I'm done. But go ahead.
Yeah,
Drip.
I mean, I have a feeling.
Excuse me.
I do have a feeling that we're going to be getting this thing this year. So one of the games that is supposedly rumored that we're going to be getting is a Bayonetta trilogy. Okay, so it's going to be Bayonetta 1, 2, and 3. And supposedly HDR is confirmed for these games for the Switch 2. So the Switch 2 is going to have HDR capabilities, but it will also have other performance improvements compared to the original, let's just say Bayonetta 3 that we have on the Switch original.
Yeah, that game doesn't run as great as I thought it did.
No, it doesn't.
It gets to 60, but I mean, I think it lives at like 50. And there's times where there's times where it gets to 40. It doesn't run bad. It just doesn't run as solid 60 like it should.
It has a little bit of issue. But okay, supposedly it's not going to have a problem on the Switch 2, but this is kind of cool. This is the cool thing about this entire thing. It will work on the Switch as well. It's not going to have the performance updates. So it's gonna basically be like a what did the Xbox call it? Smart delivery.
Okay.
Where it depends on what you're playing it on. That's how it's going to be able to tell what version it needs to use, I guess. I don't know exactly how all that works, but I mean, smart delivery is a cool thing. So it's basically they have a version of the game for both. So this is telling us that I think that's backwards compatibility. This is another little clue that's showing us that that's actually going to be a thing.
See, I think backwards compatibility is going to be a thing, but I don't believe this is telling us that. What I think this is telling us is that there's going to be Switch 2 versions of the game coming out and original Switch versions. Two separate.
We did talk about separate. We talked about that.
Like the thing, for some reason in my head, Tina's Tiny Wonderland, I think is the game that came out in like 2022 or something.
Yeah, it's one of those Borderland spinoffs.
There is a version. I remember at the time because there was like a controversy because some people were buying the wrong version. Some people were buying the PS4 version of the game on their PS5, where and they weren't getting the extra features from the PS5, but it was running on the PS5. But it was the PS. So that's in my head for some reason. But that's the example that I think this is showing is that there's going to be for $60 the Switch version, if for lack of a better term, and then for 70 or more, you're going to have the Switch 2 version of the game that is, if you're playing on that hardware, has enhanced graphics. But you can buy either version on either console. You're just not going to get the enhancements if you're playing on the old hardware. Whereas you can.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
you can choose. I only want to buy the $60 version but so you can play the Switch version on the Switch 2. It'll have less performance or something.
When a lot of those games, when all this stuff was happening, like whenever the real Switch was happening from like the PlayStation 4s to 5s and the Xbox One X whatever to the series, they would have upgrades too. Like if you
Yes.
had the certain game, you could pay what, $10, $15 and have an upgraded version instead of buying the game again. Some people did that. Some people didn't. But
Right.
we had a whole episode about that.
Yes.
I mean, who knows what they're gonna do? Okay, so I think that shows at least another clue, another check mark in the side of backwards compatibility. Hopefully,
At the very least, it shows that they're still going to be, not that it's a surprise, but they're going to be putting out Switch games in the future. Like if you're not buying the Switch 2 right away, you're still going to get the new releases.
The games are going to work on the yeah. Okay, so that's cool. Release dates are a thing.
Yep.
Not actual dates, but time frames, and these are decent. September 2024 is, I guess, the target release date, and there's a backup date in case things don't go as smooth as they hope. November 2024. So, I mean, September is basically kind of when we have been talking about when this thing's probably going to be coming out anyway, right? I can't remember. I want to go back in the notes. Remember all those notes I had about the different ways that we can see this thing released?
Yes.
Oh my God. I bet I can find those. Here it is, right. Not there.
Excuse me.
Do
Do you have your notes, Strip? Did you find your notes?
Oh man. When did we talk about that?
I don't know, dude. Forget your notes.
Oh man, I really wanted to pull those up. It doesn't matter. Either way, September's, I mean, that seems right to me. I don't know about you. That seems very, very feasible.
Now,
November seems a little late.
Is September the announcement date, or September is the ship date?
That would be the release date.
Yeah, I
So
think
announcement, if it's September, if you're looking at the announcement, I mean, I would say probably,
at least 3 months prior.
and maybe a little bit more because it's not.
I said at least, right?
Yeah,
So,
I would say maybe. I don't know. That's tough. I want to say 6, but I feel like as it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, that's too long for Nintendo. Like for any other company, it's whatever. I don't feel like this is like a huge like, oh, it's a brand new thing. This is just another Switch. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's a Switch 2, but it's not like, oh, we're moving to a whole nother thing. Get ready for all this. You know what I mean? I feel like this is going to be a short window. 3 months might be too short.
What makes you think it's going to be a short window? Because I kind of disagree. I feel like this is going to be a longer window.
I just think that I don't think they want people just waiting around, waiting on this thing. I think, I don't know.
Here's what I think. I think
okay. When I say long window, I'm still not talking about like a year. I mean, 6 months tops.
I would agree.
4 to 5, I think, is probably
realistic. 3 is.
I think 3 is a little short when it comes to like. It's just a little short.
So here,
I know. I mean, what was it? What was it with the Wii U to the Switch? It's October to March. So what's that?
5.
I mean, that seems about right.
So here's the thing. Let's put it in perspective here. In reality, May 2024 is 5 months from September. May is also 5 months from now. So, does that sound right to anybody out there? 5 months from right now, and then 5 months after that, it's in our hands. That's 10.
Honestly,
10,
yes,
10,
that
10 month
sounds very
turnaround.
feasible to me.
I think that's one possibility. I think another possibility is June on the earlier side of the September release or the later side of November release. So in June, middle of the year direct. That's direct time.
And we know, E3's gone, but I mean that June spot for all these companies, that's when they really do all their stuff. That midsummer, that's when they really get stuff going. You're right. June would make a lot of sense for an announcement on this thing.
I think we are looking at, because to be honest with you, I could care less about when it's actually coming out. I just need to at least know this year when it is. So I can either be mad or upset when I find out, mad or happy when I find out, but I at least need to find out this year. So for me, the countdown is not for when we're gonna have it. The countdown is for when they're gonna freaking say something.
And you know what?
I'm starting my countdown right now, and we're doing a 5-month countdown to May. And if I think June by the latest, but I'm gonna check. We're gonna check back with you guys on the episode that's gonna probably happen sometime, either the 29th or 30th of May. That's the end of May, obviously, and we're gonna see together. What did we get a release or not? So, Future Geeb, set a calendar event for the 29th or 30th of May. And
there you go.
We're gonna find out if we.
I need to know. The sooner the better for me, because I need to know how much money I need to save up. Because it sounds like we have some prices. And there's going to be supposedly rumors, all rumors, but it sounds like we're getting 2 versions of this thing, which you have said 2 versions is probably what it's going to be.
Yep.
A digital version, that's going to be $400. And if you want the cartridge slot, you're paying $50 more, $450. I mean, okay, first off, realistically, how do you feel about that, just that rumor in general?
Those prices
I feel like that's pretty spot on.
I think they're fair. As far as like, would Nintendo do that? Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair price. I think for the next gen of Nintendo consoles, because that's basically what this is, right?
Yeah, and we're going to get into a little bit more about what this thing supposedly is going to be.
Right.
But yeah, we're looking at a significantly more powerful machine than what we have right now.
And
that's
for
sure.
$50, more than what we pay right now for an OLED. $100 if you actually, let's be fair, it's $100 more because the OLED has a cartridge slot. So
yeah,
bygones
it's
be bygones.
$100 more.
It's $100 more.
I will only have to pay $50 more, but that's fine.
Yeah. I think $450 is fair if this thing performs like it should. I'm not asking for PS5 in my hands, but I heard somebody compare it to an ROG. Was it Review Tech?
Yes, I actually.
ROG Ally.
We'll go there. Power's supposed to be right on par with the ROG Ally. Is what the rumors are now.
If we're getting an ROG Ally power wise and the battery life of like an OG Switch, because he said in his video with the OLED battery's pushing it. That would be we're talking that OLED battery is somewhere in the 4 to 6 hour range for AAA titles. Or for I should say Nintendo for AAA titles. That is pushing it, I think, because I'm talking from not necessarily what I want. I'm talking from the perspective of how batteries work right now in this day and age, and that's too. Yeah. I don't care how much optimization they put on there. I think 6 hours for Breath or Tears of the Kingdom on an ROG Ally hardware, even with optimization, that's going to be a tough call. That's going to be really difficult to do logistically with a battery, the size of the battery and the optimization. I don't know. I do think 2 to 4 hours for ROG Ally specs, play Tears of the Kingdom for 3 hours, 4 hours. With those specs, I think.
Well, that's like base Switch shit too. I mean, that's what the base Switch did.
Right. The base
Breath of the Wild.
I'm looking at base Switch battery life and ROG Ally specs. Better than a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
That's we're
I don't hate that.
We're in freaking business right there. I'll pay $450 for that.
Yeah. Well, okay. There's some other rumors that say, and these are I do not believe this. I don't believe this for a second. There are some other rumors saying that this thing could be as powerful as an Xbox Series S, not the big one, but the S.
The S isn't that powerful. It is.
I don't think you can do that in a handheld though and get battery life. There's no way.
Not get battery life. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying that I don't think the Series S is that powerful. I'd be curious to see how the Series S stacks up next to the RG Ally. But like just
now, that is an interesting comparison.
I bet you they're close.
You think?
I think so. I say close. I'm not saying it's
all right.
ROG's better, or even close, or even that close. But it is close. I bet you it's close. Like I've seen the in action. My brother has one. I forget what game he was playing, but I was actually unimpressed with the graphics. So
really,
yeah, and also the thing's tiny, dude. It's a Series S is tiny. I think you could make that. Take out the power supply in there. I think you could make that real small. That's literally
it's pretty small.
Put some controllers on there.
It's pretty small,
and there's a lot of air in there for
yeah.
So for airflow, I think you could do it. Honestly. So
let me tell you some of the other specs that supposedly this thing's gonna have it's gonna have DLSS 3.1.
Interesting.
3.1 is a newer version,
right?
So that's cool because there was some talk about which version of DLSS they would actually have in this thing.
I
That's
almost
a newer
wonder.
version.
I almost wonder if it's just going to be a Nintendo exclusive or Nintendo.
That's what I'm wondering. If it's something that they've worked
DLSS.
with NVIDIA and like made their own version of it,
right?
Because I feel like at this point, like we know the Switch, the original Switch was basically off the shelf parts. We've talked about that a lot. They just threw the thing together. I mean, they had the what's the chip? The Tegra.
X1?
Yeah. I mean that was not for game consoles. It was for self-driving cars. I mean they pulled stuff off the shelves, whatever. That's not the case with this one. It was a success. It was a massive success. They've taken some time. They're really going to do something special with this one, I think. So I think that's possible that it might not even be 3.1. It just could be DLSS Nintendo
DLSS,
whatever.
Whatever they're going to call it, whatever they're going to brand it. It's a custom upscaling for Nintendo.
And it'd probably be called, who even knows if they'll give it a name. They might not even talk about it. But,
I bet they might give it a really cool, I don't know, I can't think of the phrase I'm looking for right now, but a really cool buzz, that's what it is. Buzz, really cool buzzword for it,
Yeah. Like, okay. That would actually be cool. I hope they do that. This is cool. And this is something we've heard before, but also, these things keep coming up. That's the thing about a lot of these. They keep coming up in different places from different people. I mean, and it could just be, people talking about it could be the same thing that they heard here. They're just saying it too. But I mean, 12 gigabytes of RAM compared to what's in there now. What's in there now? 3?
I don't know
4?
what's in there now, but I heard 12.
3. I think it's 3.
What does the ROG have in the Steam Deck? Now I'm curious. I'm looking those up right now. You can tell me.
Yeah, I actually have the ROG Ally specs right here. I'll let you look it up.
I'll tell you right now, the Steam Deck has 16 gigs of RAM, and I assume there's 3 gigs of video RAM specifically. At least that spec I don't know, but
yeah,
at
ROG
least,
Ally has 16 too.
Yeah, so 12 for the Switch. Okay, that seems more in line with what's yeah.
Along with DLSS, I mean, okay. I don't know. That's cool. But here's something we have touched on this. This is for me. I don't think this is a big deal. But we're not getting an OLED screen. It sounds like
that makes me sad. I understand why, but it does not make me happy.
Okay, and you understand why. I think it's fine. I want to go back to the other handheld that I told you I've been using basically nonstop. The PlayStation Portal does not have an OLED screen, but holy hell, it looks amazing. It is a very, very nice looking screen. Not OLED. I mean, you can tell it's not OLED. You can tell.
To be fair, though, that's what you're paying for with that device. It's literally a screen.
Oh, yeah, you're paying for the screen, yeah.
So, yeah, that if if they're gonna put a nicer screen like that one has, like the Portal does, yeah, I think that would be cool. It would make me not miss an OLED probably. However, at the price point, under 500, and with all those specs, those specs are gonna cost money, dude.
They are.
They're gonna. The whole point of not putting an OLED on there is to save costs. Because even that OLED panel the Switch has right now, the Switch OLED, it's not the best quality OLED panel. I bet you it's probably one of the lesser ones. You know what I mean? But just simply the technology OLED is that much better than this comparable LCD that makes that gap look so big when you look at the original Switch and the OLED Switch.
Oh yeah, well yeah, the original.
They're
my
both,
God, yeah. I look at my kids' Switch Lite and then go to my OLED. It's like, ooh.
Yeah,
God.
They're both. My guess, I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty certain that they're both the lower end screens that you can buy for devices.
I don't think
like
they're going to be
that.
they're not top of the line.
No,
by any means. What do you think about it being 1080p though?
I don't like that. I said it from the get-go when we talked about the Switch 2 rumors, the Switch Pro at the time. Like, there's no need for 1080p. at that screen size, the current screen size that we have.
8-inch. 8-inch is what we're going to be talking about.
Okay, so right, let me back up here. For the rumors that say 8-inch 1080p, that is stupid. That would be the biggest mistake they could make, because now you're guaranteeing worse battery life, because you're dealing with a bigger screen, which means more pixels, which means more power to push. On top of, I said pixels, I meant LEDs that shine through, more light, more power, but also the pixels, more density to push. That's going to really hurt battery life more than you think. The ROG Ally's biggest crutch is battery life, and a big reason why is it has, I don't know the screen size, it's actually small. The ROG Ally's screen is smaller than the Steam Deck by a good margin, but it's 1080p, so it sucks up way more battery life. So that's a big reason why. It's a smaller device, yes, so it hurt. That's another reason why it's less battery life in the Steam Deck. But yeah, no, there's no reason for Nintendo to go, yeah, let's put an 8-inch 1080p screen on this thing. You're going to lose at least an hour or two of battery off the jump just from that. There's no need for that. 7 inches, whatever the OLED screen size is, that's the sweet spot. There's no need to have any bigger than that. That is the biggest screen you're going to need. And for anybody.
Well, I'll tell you this.
And the 1080p is too much. 720p is fine.
Okay, but again, I keep going back to it. The PlayStation Portal has a 1080p screen, and I think that's why it looks the way it looks. It looks so crisp.
Well,
like,
it's 8-inch. It's 8-inch, right?
It is 8 inches. Yes, it is 8 inches. 1080p, 60 hertz refresh rate.
And what's your battery life on that thing? 5 hours? 6 hours?
Yeah.
And how
I'm
much,
not even running any games.
And what's the specs on that?
Yeah, I'm not even running the games. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no. I think I get more battery life than that. It lasts a pretty long time.
I believe it's quoted for 5 to 6. It's somewhere in that ballpark.
Is it?
I think
Let's see.
so.
Let's see what the battery life is on the thing.
But again, you can't compare this. That is a different product altogether.
Yeah, it's a different,
but
completely different thing.
But as far as what we're talking
it's
about,
even worse. Around 4 hours. That's not true. I play it way longer than that.
Here's the thing, and even that, who cares? The point is that screen. If you put that on a Switch, that would look great.
Yeah. God.
But here's the thing. You're not gonna get good battery life. It will be. And Nintendo is not going to do that. They're not.
I know that's the thing. You're right. They're not. That's the thing. They're fighting with everything they do to give us what we want, to get these specs, like all these rumors, all this bullshit that we're talking about now. They are fighting against battery life to make all this happen.
Yes.
Cost, yes, of course, but they're not going to put something else that lasts, an hour. They're not going to do it. People would be pissed. I'd be pissed. Like these other companies, it's like, okay, I can see it. Like whatever. You got PC games running on these things. Like whatever. It's not fully optimized for this. Like I understand it. The fans are running. You can literally hold on to these things and fly to the fucking moon. The fans are going so hard. I mean, I get it with those. With Nintendo, they make the hardware, they make the software, they can make them, they can make them work together very nicely. They're not going to do that. They are definitely not going to do that. I would still like to see a 1080p screen if they could make it work, though. I just know what it looks like on that thing. If they could make the battery life work, I'd love to see it. I was with you 100% on the 720p thing. I liked it. But now that I've seen it like that, oh, dude, it's so good.
Oh, trust me, I get it because, I lived through the era of when smartphone screens were less than 1080, were not HD screens. Your old iPhones back in the day, those were great screens because they were great quality panels, but they were pixel density wise. Those like iPhone 4, for example, and prior, all those screens were not HD screens. They were sub HD. And then when I switched to Android and I saw my first 720p screen next to those sub HD iPhone screens, I was like, "Damn, girl!" And then during the Android era again, those early, the early 2010s, I switched from my first 720p Android screen to my first, from 720p Android screen to my first 1080p Android screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the biggest jump I've ever seen in a smartphone.
Oh yeah. It's massive.
And to this day, your screens are either 1080p or 1440p. Some of those phones can push that because they have extra battery, extra power. Because phones are getting so damn big these days, you can put.
Well,
big
that's like,
batteries
dude,
in it.
this thing here. Oh my God, this is actually perfect. Look at the picture that's on the corner there. It's you. I don't know why that's there.
Completely unrelated. Sorry, audio people.
I swear to God, I didn't put that there. That's not mine. I didn't do that. This is not mine. I swear. It's not me. Anyway, what I'm saying is the screen on this iPad, absolutely ridiculous. Like absolutely ridiculous.
I've seen those in the store. They're
like crazy.
Blow your mind. Good.
Yeah.
Bright, dense, but like
somehow they figured out the battery life too.
Apple, they know what they're doing, man.
Yeah, they do know what they're doing. But yeah, this thing looks like that's the type of screen where I look at it and I'm like, holy hell. Like,
so I brought that phone comparison up to bring up the point that I do understand what you're saying. Because I lived through it. I saw that transition where I had my first 1080p phone and I was like, this is game changing. Like 720p screens, you could see pixels. I didn't care because it still looked good. I'm using my phone. I'm thinking about my Motorola Moto X from like 2013.
Hello, Moto.
And I love that phone. To this day, that's my favorite phone of all time. Is the Moto X from like 2013 or 2012, whatever one that was. If you know, you know. But that screen was 720p screen. That was it looked good. But then I got the HTC One. What was that phone called? I don't know.
The one HTC One?
Not the one. It was. I don't know. But that era of HTC phones, the One M8 and all that. But I didn't have that One M8. I did eventually. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is I switched to HTC, which was then at the time really pushing the 1080p panels, and I wanted to see for myself. So I picked one up, and I was like, God damn, this is a beautiful. Goodbye Moto, not hello. Goodbye, hello HTC, because damn, that looks good. And then that was the norm, and it looked great. Here's the thing: phones are not doing what gaming consoles are doing. So
no, they're not.
You need more battery life, and batteries back then are very similar to batteries we have now.
Oh yeah, and
but the power's different.
That's another thing too. Now I edit video on this iPad now. Now normally the battery life on this thing, it just sits. It could sit there for days and days and days and days, whatever. If I'm just using it normally, no problem. I start editing. I'm gonna run the battery out pretty quick when I'm running Final Cut Pro and then also doing like Photoshop and Lightroom like I do on my Mac. Yeah, this thing gets pretty mad battery wise. But I mean, I don't know. We're
spending a lot of time on this. And trust me, guys, we're going to be talking about this more in the future because there'll be more to discuss. There'll be more rumors, maybe hopefully some leaks that are legit, and we'll talk about that more in the future. But I guess we can kind of wrap up that conversation for now and move on.
Yeah, I got one more conversation I want to bring to you, Geeb. Now, let's say the Switch 2 is coming out in September of 2024, and we also are getting a game released that day. The launch game for the Nintendo Switch 2. What do you think that game's going to be? And I also, a second part of that question, what other games do you think we're actually going to see? Some of the bigger titles that we didn't see this year. I mean, I can go for one right now. Metroid Prime 4, we know that one. That's a given. Is that the launch title? Is it coming out next year? When are we going to see these games?
Because I doubt it's coming out for the Switch current generation alone, and because it's been so long since they first announced it, and also then announced the trial 2 of it, trying it again. It's been so long since then. To me, they're clearly waiting for the next generation to release the game, so I think it still will come out in the original Switch. They said it would. I bet it still will.
Yeah, it'll have a version.
It's going to be released.
Breath of the Wild.
It's going to be a dual release.
Yeah, it'll be a Breath of the Wild thing. So you're saying Prime 4?
I'm not yet. But I will say this: if I had my choice, that would be the launch game because that's the first game I want to play on the Switch 2. It's going to showcase what the thing's going to be capable of power-wise. The game's going to look great.
Oh yeah, especially knowing with what we got with Metroid Prime Remastered. That is good. God.
Metroid Prime Remaster is the reason I want to play the first game I want to play on Switch 2 is Metroid Prime 4. That because of how good that game looked on that hardware. I can only imagine what the Switch 2 can do with the fourth generation of the game. I
agree.
That's the game I want. But what realistically, I think probably Mario Kart 9.
Well, before we move on to that, let me ask you this.
Okay. Sorry.
Because realistically, I think you're onto something there. Everybody's pumped for Metroid Prime 4, right?
Yeah. Well, are they?
Especially,
is everybody?
Not everybody. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We are. Nintendo people are.
Yeah.
But is Metroid? Like, okay, Dread did great. It was awesome. Still not a gigantic. It's the best Metroid game they've done.
Mm-hmm.
It did well. Prime remaster, whatever, did pretty well. They did the Shadow Drop. It got some attention. But is Metroid a franchise you could actually lean on as your launch title for a system? Can it sell systems like Breath of the Wild sold systems? I don't think it can.
It can if it comes out with another game, because it will need a Mario Kart or a Mario 3D game to really, because I guess to answer your question, because I'm being kind of uncommittal to my answer, I guess if you hold me on a gunpoint, I'd say no. Metroid Prime 4, it cannot sell systems, especially when you talk about Nintendo audience, which is a lot of kids and younger kids, and I don't think a lot of younger kids really give a crap about Metroid because it hasn't been something that's been pushed until last year on the Switch.
Yeah, they're just now really starting to push Metroid
actually 2021
up to the front like they did Zelda.
Right.
I mean, not like Zelda was in the back, but like they're really starting to push Metroid a lot more. I still don't think it's anywhere close to selling systems, though.
Old man Drip, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a time where Metroid and Halo were kind of in the same ballpark. And one took off in popularity, one did not.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, Halo was like a new. I guess Metroid Prime was kind of new then. Yeah, I mean, yes, but I mean, Metroid Prime was big then. But it was still that game. It was still one of those games that was just like, holy crap, this was insane.
It was big here. I'm putting my hand in the middle of the screen. Right, for audio people.
Yeah, I mean, Halo was a different.
But then Halo went above the screen. Halo went above. Yeah, but there was a
game that's on Nintendo platforms like that, man. I mean, a shooter on Nintendo platforms versus
Drip. But my point is, both of those games came out right about the same time, if not the same year. Right, the first Metroid and the first Halo, didn't they come out like 04?
I have no idea.
I think they're right within the same couple years, at least, if not the same year. So
I wouldn't say I don't know the years, but I wouldn't say you're too far off.
I think it was. And even if it's not, the point is similar games, similar time frames, one took off. So that game, I don't really know my point. I guess my point is that why can't Metroid take off now?
I think it can. No, I think it can. And I think Nintendo is doing that, literally doing that right now. But I don't think they can hold up. What?
Pun intended. They're priming it to happen right now.
Oh, good God! No, okay, that was actually funny. I agree. They're doing that. I don't think that's a game that can hold up a system launch though, and really sell systems. You know what I mean? Because that's what you do. You put a game out with your system that's going to sell systems.
Yeah.
For me, it's one of two. It's got to be. It's a 3D Mario or it's Mario Kart 9. It's one or the other.
Yep. That I think one of those, if not both of those, need to come out at the release to, cater to the mass Nintendo audience, because between those two games, every Nintendo fan's gonna have something to play.
So check this out.
Metroid is not gonna satisfy most Nintendo fans.
That's what I'm saying. It's only gonna get a small. There's no way you're gonna sell systems of this. But if you sell day one, let's say you sell day one Mario Kart 9, the new Mario Kart with the new gimmick, that's the thing. Mm-hmm. And let's say that comes out September with the system, Metroid. And we have that November date. That's still a date. But that is when
Metroid
3D Mario comes out.
Oh, okay.
So then you're doubling up with them, and like I feel like holy crap, man! If you did that, this thing would take off so hard.
Here's the time frame. I'm gonna just repeat what you just said. September is not only the console release, but also Mario Kart 9's release. And then they also announced two different things. They announced that in October, we're going to have, they announced the title, they show gameplay trailer, and in October, you'll be able to purchase and play the next 3D Mario game, okay? Then, in the same announcement in September, or whenever, they announced it soon, you're going to know soon after, if not the same time, that Metroid Prime 4 finally has not only its release date, but a trailer, and it's dual release, and it's coming in early 2025. On both platforms.
I thought you were about to say November, and I was going to say that's too much at once. But
early,
no,
early
I like
2025.
that. Early 2025.
So there's three
back-to-back
set up
with two Marios, two good Marios, and that is also when you tell them, guess what? You're not getting a new Zelda game, but here's those ports you've been wanting forever. They're coming over. Not only are they coming over,
keep dreaming.
They're not even in HD. They're not even in 1080p anymore. They're in 4K. They're in 4K. You can play them. You can play them docked in 4K.
Oh, no, it's never happening.
With all new texture. Not all new.
I
mean,
want
come
it.
on, come on.
I'll tell you one thing, dude.
Me.
I'll tell you one thing, Drip. We talked in the pre-show. I was playing Twilight Princess on my Steam Deck. How awesome it is to play Twilight Princess portably on my Steam. I was upstairs in the kitchen.
Shut up, dude.
Playing Twilight Princess on my Steam Deck, and I was having a blast.
I'm sure you were.
So how freaking cool would it be to have those games on the current Nintendo hybrid platform?
It'd be amazing.
It'd be incredible. But that time has now passed, dude.
No, it's not.
They might have those games ready, but for some reason, unbeknownst to us, we're never going to see them.
You really think they're not going to put those games out ever again? That's craziness.
I'm not going to say ever again. I'm just saying.
We may not get it. It may not be a Switch era thing, but it's a Switch 2 era thing for sure.
Those rumors have come and passed, and I don't think they're happening. With them.
I think they're happening. I mean, I think it's going to be the Zelda game we get next year, probably.
It better be, but I don't think so. And I think next year.
We
Zelda,
talked about that a few weeks ago.
Next year, I think next year Zelda is going to be the imprisoning war. Hyrule Warriors.
I know that would be cool. I don't think it's going to be, but that'd be cool. I mean, Koei Tecmo's got to be working on something. And Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity did pretty well, right? I don't know what it sold, but it did decent, right?
This is in season 4, new us, Drip.
Yes, we'd look it up live. I mean, it did pretty well. I'm pretty sure. So I mean,
it did.
Koei Tecmo's got to be working on something.
If you had to guess, what would you think? Because I have the answer.
I'm guessing it sold 4 million copies. What did it sell?
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Press the draft sound button.
What did it sell?
4 million units. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's not terrible. That's not that bad. I mean,
no. It's good. Those are good numbers. I thought it'd be higher than that.
Yeah, when you look at like other games on the Switch, I mean, you get kind of like, oh, look at this.
I was thinking just
30 million copies.
No. I was thinking just under 10 million.
No way.
That's what I was thinking.
No.
I mean, the game came out 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 million's good, and that is well worth making another one.
It came out 4 years ago. That's gross.
Yeah, dude, I got a haircut today, and I realized how much gray hair she's cut off the side of my head. I was like, holy shit,
We're getting old, man. Oh,
yeah, God. It was just falling on my lap, and I'm looking. I was like, that is shiny hair right there. That is. Yep. That has glitter in it. It doesn't. That's 30, just gray hair.
I'm going to be 30 this year. 2024 is the year I turned 30. I was born in 1994. It is 2024. God,
you're not even 30 yet, dude.
I'm not.
Good
but
Lord.
I'm bald, though. Okay, this is what people who are older than me that think I'm young, but I'm bald. Okay, who cares? A part of getting old is the things it does to your body. It's already happened to me. I've already lost my damn hair. So who cares if you got gray hair? I got no hair.
Okay.
At least you got something to cut. Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Anyway.
Okay, what about other games? Anything else you're excited for 2024? Any other games? Because right now, I mean, listen, I'm cool with Luigi's Mansion. Like, cool with that. Peach will be in my house.
Yeah.
The Paper Mario thing, I'll probably play that. Everybody gives me shit, but I'm sorry. I really like the Paper Mario on the Switch. I really like that one.
I didn't. So I'll quickly answer that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Because what else am I looking forward to? First party wise, I'm not looking forward to Peach. I don't care. We're not getting it unless Mrs. Geeb, vetoes that decision. We're not getting it. I'm not looking forward to very much of anything in 2024 game-wise, that especially first-party Nintendo things. There's a few third-party things here and there that I think I was watching Kevin Kenson's video. He put out something looking at 2024, and there's a couple of third-party games that he reminded me of and showed me that I'd never seen, that I'm like, ooh, those are cool games. Like Hades 2, for example. I think it would be fun to play that one.
Oh, yeah, Hades 2 is going to be good. The Switch game I'm the most excited about, not a first-party game, is Prince of Persia.
Yeah, it looks
Demo
great.
comes out on the 11th. I'm so pumped for that game, dude.
I'm not
so
a Metroidvania guy.
I just want to call somebody out real quick.
Oh, sure.
Your brother, Kenny.
Uh-oh.
He's literally sending me reels on Instagram right now and not here hanging out with us on the podcast.
Well, so fun fact about my brother, if you didn't know anybody, if you didn't know everybody, my brother only sends reels to people when he is on the pooper.
Oh, well, he must shit a lot, because I get reels from him like
well, that's what coffee
9 times a
that's
day.
what coffee does to you. So,
well, that's what happens, Kenny, when you don't hang out. You get called out.
Not only you get called out for not watching, I also called you out for your poop habits. So, there you go, brother. Watch your damn podcast. Just play all the sounds. Yes. So, what were we talking about? Yeah. Wait, crap. What were we talking about?
Games you're looking forward to.
Right.
Mine's Prince of Persia.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to any particular game, to be honest with you. At least not on Nintendo platforms. I like to be surprised, and like games that are like come out of nowhere. Like Hogwarts for me was like one I didn't follow that it was coming out, and I didn't pick it up till recently, but I knew it was out. Point being, I like to be surprised about releases. Unless it comes to Nintendo, because the Nintendo releases I'm on top of, because we do this podcast every. But as far as other platforms and stuff, I'm looking forward to other things. The Steam Deck has been has revitalized me into gaming, because I was a period there for a while that I was not gaming very much at all besides Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, it's hard right now. Yeah, it's hard. There's nothing
really,
on the if you're a Switch owner, if you're a Switch owner only
Rusty.
It's slim pickings out here, man. It's slim pickings. There ain't shit.
And Thousand Year Door is the only thing that in 2024, as of right now, that I'm like looking forward to playing.
Here's what I want you to do.
Nothing.
Nintendo on the 11th of this month, the demo for Prince of Persia comes out. I would appreciate it if you would download it and give it a chance.
Well, I saw it and it looked great. I'm just not a Metroidvania guy. I've learned that the hard way.
God, it looks so good.
But
I am. I don't know where that came from, but like I'm all about it now.
More power to you. I don't know. I'll download it for sure. Remind me and I'll do it and I'll see what's up with it. But yeah, I'm not really looking forward to much. I didn't get into Hades 1, so I'm not really gonna be that excited for Hades 2.
Too. I could start playing that. I gotta finish Spider-Man though. I'm not doing that. I gotta finish Spider-Man.
You haven't finished Spider-Man?
Not yet. Okay, I've been busy.
Come on, dude.
I'm gonna. Listen.
You're
I will
fake
finish it.
Spidey fan.
I'm halfway. No, I'm not halfway. I'm like 75% through the story now. The bad guys are hard now, man. And then you don't play for a while, and then you forget the moves, and then you got to go back and get your ass kicked a bunch.
I would like to replay.
I'm thinking about putting it on easy mode just to finish the story.
No shame in that. No shame in that at all. Because here's the thing. I'm a big proponent of playing games in easy mode when either all the time. If that's the way you have to play games, then so be it. Some people have time restraints. They don't have the time to sit there and grind and die over and over. I get it. Go and play easy mode. Or for me, this is very useful. This is a very pro tip from Geeb out there, the pro gamer Geeb. If you're playing a game and you take a break for a while, like Drip just said with Spider-Man, it's a pro tip to just, when you come back to the game, slap that thing in story mode. Slap it on the easiest mode possible, because then...
And at least get your bearings back, and you can jump back up if you want to. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That's good. I love that. That's exactly what I'm going to do, Geeb, and I'm going to start tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. We want to thank you guys for buying our merch. It's finally out. If people got it in their hands, and the people who don't have it yet, who already bought stuff, it's in the mail right now. It's going to you. Matt Moran did a great job. Drip and I have his hat. I have a hat too. And Drip has the shirt. I have the crew neck hoodie. Love it. The quality is I'm happy with it. This does not feel like it's gonna, get messed up in the wash. Very high quality. Thank you, Matt Moran and his team over there for putting this stuff together for us. And we decided these are limited editions, so get them while you still can. I feel like by end of January, you're not gonna be able to buy these anymore.
Yeah, grays are gonna go. Once they're gone, people.
That's right. And it supports the stream, helps us keep going and doing this thing that we love to do and talk about the games with you guys and building our community, which is so awesome. We love seeing new people pop in. It is season 4, new logo. We didn't get everything done we wanted to because, like we were talking about in the pre-show, Drip and I have been sick. I'm still sick and have not done everything we wanted to do, but we'll get more quality enhancements to you guys as we go along. But the show stays the same. Unless Nintendo doesn't announce a Switch 2 in 2024, then the show,
Steam Deck
then we're the Steam Deck
podcast.
Channel. Exactly. Yeah. The Steamcast, Drip and Geeb edition. I don't know. But thank you guys for joining us for this episode, as well as looking forward to the season 4 that we have upon us here in 2024. You guys were amazing. We're going to go in the after show. But for the rest of you guys listening or watching on YouTube, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Except for you stream people, you stick around now. You stick around now, do you hear? You hear? Lenny? Get back on that horse, Lenny. Come on. We're going back in the stream. Here we go. After show time. Christmas. It's a Christmas after show. Let's keep it up. The Christmas after show, everybody.
That's fine. It's still snow. Dude, we're about to get a snowstorm here, from what I hear.
I heard that next week my area is going to get hit with it.
We're about to get pelted, I guess. Let me see what's going on with that. Let me check my weather. Let me check my local weather forecast.
The local weather forecast for West Virginia.
That's okay. Yeah, like Sunday through Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. No, we're not getting that much.
I heard
my dad used to be like the most reliable weatherman. Now he is spotty.
He's an old man.
I think he's getting a little senile. Maybe he doesn't know. He doesn't know the weather like he used to, man. I'll tell you, he used to know it all.
I don't know you. I'm sure you're fine.
Big Tim.
Oh yeah, so next Tuesday, 90% chance we're getting snow. 90. That means it's going with snow, son.
Yeah, Wednesday we got a 50% chance. Okay, so Saturday was supposed to be like the big day we were getting snow, but it's saying it's rain, and then Sunday we're getting snow. The high's 37 though. That's a problem.
You guys in the chat, if you're hanging around, tell us what your weather forecast is wherever you are. If you're in Australia, tell us about how sunny it is. You're drinking pina coladas on the beach. What other weather? Is it just Australia? What other parts of the world is it warm right now? I'm not good with geography.
I am not. I know this. I know when I was in China, it was winter here, but it was like 95 where I was at in China.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And then I came back and I flew from Shenzhen to Beijing, and then from Beijing to Detroit. Or was it Detroit or Chicago? No, Chicago. It was Chicago.
Yeah, it's gonna be
holy hell.
Yeah,
the plane we had to get off of in Chicago, we didn't get off in like a terminal. We had to get off and walk outside.
Right.
Like, oh my God, I didn't have a coat on because it was hot, man.
Right.
And it was like it was like half a football field walk to get inside, and I'm just sitting there with a T-shirt, like, like that was a huge shock to me.
I
forgot.
Weather don't play around here.
I was there for 2 weeks.
Don't play. When it gets cold in Chicago,
it was muggy where I was at in China, man. It was muggy. I mean, it was like swampy Florida weather where I was at.
Yeah. Anywhere in the southern equator. Yeah. I mean, Google search southern equator.
Have you not played Animal Crossing, dude? They teach you all about this at the beginning of the game.
Do they?
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to see like what places. This is kind of helpful. Tell me the places. The names of the places.
Are you not going to share with the class?
I'm not sharing with the class, no. Sorry.
Cool.
I'm just trying to find some names.
See anyway.
Australia and Antarctica. The continents.
Oh, it's
Australia
summer in Antarctica?
Antarctica.
Perfect. I bet that's very comfortable.
I bet it is.
I'm sure that's wonderful.
Most of the is Indonesia, Brazil. Brazil's in the southern equator?
Supposedly.
Okay, those places. This whole article is very helpful. It's explaining everything. I just can't read it all right now because I'm trying to do a show, you know? But,
is that BB-8 behind you a lamp?
yes. A wonderful Christmas gift from my brother like 17 years ago. And it changes colors too. The stream can't really see it that well, but yeah, I can make it so they can. Hold on. Switch it over. So it's a little BB-8 lamp over here. If you tap
a nice orange tinge
you
to
tap
it.
his head.
Can you reach? There you go.
Oh. Changes. This is like a
nice
a warm
nice.
white. Then that's off, but then there's like a cool white.
Oh, I like the cool white. Ooh, I like the cool white.
Cool white, and then I think I messed it up.
You've got very orange.
Yes.
And then you've got middle orange.
That's right. Yeah, I love that.
I like the cool white.
I used to have it on my desk as like a legit like light to just use on my desk, but it's too cool not to display now that I.
No, it's very cool.
Make a podcast. It's
very cool.
Shit,
so is your Nintendo Switch collection close to the biggest Nintendo Switch collection in the world, or is it not? Is it close?
Not recently, especially. I've been selling off my games. I've sold a few different copies. So
I heard Beat 'em Ups has the biggest Nintendo Switch collection on the planet.
I heard Beat 'em Ups losing his co-host to a certain Nintendo podcast that we won't name because there's no need to. Listen, I'll say this publicly. I'll say this. I'm very disappointed with the Nintendo podcast for different reasons, not because they're a competitor, because I don't really see them as a competitor. They're on a different that's like saying the Little League team is competing with the Philadelphia Phillies. Like, that's not happening. We're not competing with them.
Yeah, okay.
But what
I'm glad you have that perspective, because you're definitely right about that.
Yeah, I live in reality. Okay,
I love that.
But what I have to say, I'm disappointed with a couple things. But two things. I'm disappointed with the quality of their podcast. I feel like I try harder than their team when it comes to making a better podcast. Like a good show, topics, and formulated episode, and the quality of them. Like that's as far as I go with that. And I'll also say I'm disappointed with the Bob leaving the show. I think they made a great team together. So disappointing with them.
I gotta be 100% honest. I have not watched one episode of their podcast ever.
I tried.
I think Bob is like the coolest YouTuber on the planet.
I love Bob, dude. Beat 'em Ups. I'm still a fan of his, but I'm also
he's all right. Yeah,
I'm a bigger fan of Bob.
I used to watch his stuff a lot. I just don't anymore. I just don't. It's not it's not like he sucks. He's clearly great is what he does.
Yeah.
I just don't watch his stuff anymore. Bob's it's just good. It's just very good.
He's very good at what he does. And I was an idiot, and I thought Bob and his brother stopped their podcast. I don't know what made me think that, but I have not listened to their podcast in like a couple of years for no reason. I'm going to get back on that because I actually really like his podcast with his Wolfman.
They stopped for a while.
Did they? I'm not crazy then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they had to.
Okay.
I think it was when Will had a baby or something.
Makes sense. Okay, so I'm not crazy. They did stop. I didn't know that it came back.
Yeah, I think it was just like a short thing though. They just kind of like, I don't know.
Well, either way,
I used to listen to that too.
While talking trash and then for a second, I'll also say that I'm happy that Bob and his brother are doing their podcast again, that I found it again, and I will continue to. I'll start watching them on a semi-consistent basis. I'm just very disappointed with the Nintendo podcast. I feel like they got so many subscribers and views and everything like that so quickly because obviously both those dudes
it's still gonna be happening, right?
Yeah, Beat 'em Ups to do it on his own. What I'm saying is I'm just disappointed with them because for various reasons, and I feel like they should have done better to make a better show.
You sound like a disgruntled fan.
I am. This is not a competing host talking trash in the competition.
Fan.
I'm a disgruntled fan of their content.
I'm sure Bob leaving. I'm sure he has his reasons. I mean, he's got 1,000 other things going on, and I mean sometimes. I mean, I can tell you this: if I had anything more than what I have right now, something would have to go. Like.
Yeah.
Our podcast, my channel, and then all the other stuff I do. If I had another podcast on top of, no way.
Yeah.
No way. I want some downtime.
What's downtime? No.
Fuck if I know at this point.
No.
Actually, that's a lie. I just had like a week of it. I didn't do shit. That's why my bank account is nothing but moths.
Yeah. But no, I'm just joking. But yeah, so good luck to the Nintendo podcast going forward. Hopefully they do a great job.
I feel like I want to go back and watch an episode with both of them on it because it's like I said, I've literally never seen an episode.
Watching is fine. Like viewing their podcast is mostly fine. In fact, it's pretty good. They got good quality there. Their audio sucks when they're in the same room with each other. It normally sucks. The levels are all because because what they're doing is making a live show, not a podcast, but they're slapping podcast on it and posting it to audio platforms. It's a bad listen. It's a great watch. It's a bad listen. Take it for what it's worth, Nintendo people. But probably take it for nothing because they think I'm worthless. But that's okay.
Well, once you move closer to me, we'll start doing a live show in the same room too.
And it'll suck.
Awesome. It won't, because we'll have the same mics.
I'm not saying it's easy. I want to make that clear. I'm not saying it's easy to make a live podcast.
No, I'm trying to have two mics in the same room. Like, you have to really, it has to be dialed in.
Yeah.
Like,
I could do it.
Really has to be dialed in.
I know I could do it. Give me 90 episodes, whatever, how many fucking episodes they have, I would get it done in 10. It would sound amazing after episode 11. I feel like then they still haven't figured it out. And it's like, how? Have you gone this long and your audio still sounds weird? And why you not you people talking that don't even have mics? You just hear their echo in the room. You shouldn't even hear the echo. They should have it dialed in to where there's no echo. 90 episodes?
Yeah, we have
100 episodes?
We had that problem for a while.
Yeah, it's again, not that it's easy. It's just do better. Ain't no echo in this podcast. I'm not hearing your room echo. You're not hearing my room echo. Why are we hearing their room echo?
I have lots of treatment on my walls now.
I have a literal blanket on the wall facing me. It's a blanket.
Everything.
I purchased a blanket. And
the
then
back of my desk has this thing here, but like behind it is all treated
stuff. Yeah.
Plus this wall here, I know it looks cool, but that helps a ton. Because when sound hits that, it is going every other direction instead of right back at me.
Right. Yeah. Interesting.
That helps a ton. Plus this wall here is where the outside is. Now there's a giant cloth curtain hanging over that.
The big number one though, the reason why your room sounds good, your carpet.
Carpet.
Number one.
The carpet. Yeah, the carpet's huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once I paint the ceiling black and put the new lighting up, I'm gonna put more treatment up on the ceiling too.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds fine now, but I mean, a little extra is not gonna hurt.
Faux show.
And I have a stack of it in the garage, so.
Welcome to the after show where we talk about sound treatment and talking trash in other podcasts.
I'm not talking trash. I've never seen them.
I did.
I have definitely not talked. I've never seen the podcast.
Disgruntled fan, nothing else. Do better.
I feel like I should watch it now.
Definitely don't listen.
Like I said.
Speaking of which, as we talk trash and other untastefully, please like this stream. Oh man. So we had a couple things. Caesar said it was 49 degrees over by him, Fahrenheit.
Damn, that's warm.
The fact that he specified makes me think that he's living somewhere where the Fahrenheit is not the main thing. So I'm not sure where that is. But yeah, 50 degrees, that's semi-warm.
Megaboyd is late. I was leaving, but they're still doing it. Yeah. Yeah, they're still doing it, right?
Yes, they're still doing it, yeah.
Bob's not doing it.
Bob left, but Beat 'em Ups decided to keep it. So I think they're having a rotating hosts going forward.
See, Megaboyd's me. Never seen an episode. I haven't either. I'm sure it's fine. Two guys who know what the hell they're talking about. Been around the biz. Pretty entertaining dudes. No thanks.
Yeah. I said what I said already. I don't need to say it again. Yeah, I love Bob. Bob's the best Mega. Yeah. All right, Drip. You wanna go ahead and call this here?
Time of death. 9:45.
I hope not. I guess the stream's death, maybe.
Yes, 9:45.
That's right. 8:45, actually.
Call it.
Guys, this podcast life form has officially been called dead. Trash night drip, Mega. Trash night.
Trash night.
There you go.
Wait, no, not trash night.
Oh, it's holiday.
Holiday. Tomorrow's trash night.
That's
right. Good call.
That's right. Everybody out there, if you same schedule as the rest of us, Thursdays, trash nights, not tonight, probably tomorrow. Holiday week. Well, guys, we're gonna see you. We're gonna see you next week.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday, we're doing a little bit different thing this year. Part of the reason why the intro is changing is also because we're not doing Thursdays religiously anymore. It does not mean we're not doing Thursdays. That means we're not only doing Thursdays. So going forward, Wednesdays might be the new Thursday for us. But that doesn't mean that Mondays a show might not show up, Tuesdays or even Fridays. So,
Saturday morning at 6 a.m., you never know. You really never know. Just keep your eyes peeled. You never know.
No. 8 p.m. is our slot, so that's not going to change.
8 a.m. on Sunday.
But yeah, so next week will be Wednesday. I'm sure I probably will forget about that, and it'll be like Wednesday at 5, and Drip's like, "You ready?" We're like, "For what?"
Yeah. Yeah, we have to do Wednesday next week.
Yes. Yeah. Wednesday next week. So cool, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna see you guys next Wednesday.
Goodbye.
See you guys.